Hey, how's everybody doing? My name is Elijah Staley. I'm here to present to you my PowerPoint on copyright and what copywriting is and some examples of it and a little bit more information about it. So what is copyright? So according to copyright.gov, copyright is a protection of original works, both published and unpublished. Original works include things like music and movies. All movies are copyrighted. All music is copyrighted because you wouldn't want anybody to take your ideas and turn into their own and make money off of what you originally wrote or came up with. Why was copyright created? Copyright was the first copyright situation or case was recorded back in 1710 with the statue of Anne, and that was when a statue was made and someone tried to copy the statue and put it somewhere else. And within that statue, everybody found it was a problem. And May 1790 was when the first rule was actually put into place, and the copyright was created for protection because people were coming up with ideas and coming up with things, and in order to protect their ideas, they copyright them. So if anybody else tries to use them, they have to, come up with a settlement. They have to pay them, and in order to use their thing, or ask for permission. Like I said, exclusive rights to their own work. So if you write a song, you want people to know that's your song. You don't want anybody to recreate your song and somehow put it out in the public and act like it's theirs and get credit for it when actually you wrote it. And that's how the copyright laws were created and why they were created. The changing of some of the copyright laws, according to Rich Stem's article, he's from Stanford University. The copyright limit will be extended. So after a certain amount of years, I believe it's 25 years or so, the copyright no longer exists. It may be a little bit longer. I'll have to recheck it. The copyright no longer exists after a certain number of years. Rich Stem said the copyright laws will be extended so your copyright will last for longer on whatever you may have written. Because of technology, people have started promoting things on social media and such and sort like that. So people are copyrighting things that they put on social media so people can't just copy them and paste them, because when you do it that way, originally that wasn't against the law because it was like you put it in the public on social media, someone just copy and paste what you said, and it's not really a big deal, but that's about to change. And then with digital music, things like Spotify, Apple Music, all the music streaming sources, people copyright their music so you can't use them in the background like highlight videos and stuff like that, and that way you have to pay people for what they have done. Some of the cases that have happened is one being Rogers versus Coons, and that's when a picture of two people holding dogs, and someone recreated that picture, and this was one of the more famous cases. The outcome of this case was the person who, Coons, sold like the fake pictures and had to end up paying Rogers because he used his same picture. And then another one that was used was the Associated Press versus Fairley, where Fairley had recreated a picture of Obama back when Obama was running and put the hope up under it, and that's where Fairley ended up having to split the profits of everything he made off of his picture of Obama to sell, and he had to also pay a settlement as well. And then another one that I thought was pretty interesting was Vanilla Ice versus David Bowie and Freddie Mercury, and I'm getting all of this information off of design.gov about copyright infringement cases. And Vanilla Ice basically used a sample of somebody else's music, and he did not give them credit for it and ended up having to pay them also. So you can see it's not often someone wins a copyright case when you're using other people's ideas. Was not covered by copyright, according to an article written by the Digital Media Law Project. There are multiple things that are not covered by copyright, such as words and phrases. So if you come up with a phrase that people start using that cannot be copyrighted, that's not part of the law. and then ideas, concepts, and discoveries. And that is all I have. Thank you.